so the last time I spoke about Kanye West was this little alleged bucket list he had. At the time of recording this, I don't even think I published it to the public yet, but he had this bucket list shit about some shit he wanted to do. So Kanye West has come out, I believe, I forgot what publication he put, the Wall Street Journal, basically apologizes for anti-Semitism and reveals he was suicidal. Now again, I do think Kanye is bipolar. He wasn't in the right mental space. Kanye crazy, if you will. And he was going through the motions a little bit and he was doing a little too much. Now, my only thing with Kanye, because again, if this is an apology, and I do believe when he was out there apologizing to the rabbis, we really haven't heard him get into like mix up or nonsense really. So again, I feel like he is making an effort to change. My only problem is, of course, the promotion of the album Bully. He has some shit coming. I don't know, the shit on Yeezy.com. So of course, people are looking at him like, what the fuck is going on? I do appreciate the apology. This is a nice step into wronging your wrongs, I believe, and just improving as a person. It's one of those, again, I feel like at the end of the day, we will never fully be like, yo, Kanye is great, like he's good or whatever have you. I feel like at times, especially with promotion, because sometimes you do a lot of this crazy shit and promote himself. So again, I do feel like at times it's kind of hard to believe him, but if this is him putting in the effort and trying to be better, I'm here to condone it, and I hope he stays on this path. Do I 100% believe him? Now that's another question. I need to see more. But honestly, if he's on the right path, bro, I pray for you, man. I pray you good. I pray you strive and doing your thing at the end of the day. But let's read about this a little bit and see what he got going on a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into it, Also, hey, appreciate all the support lately. Y'all been really holding the kid down. I appreciate it early. But anyway, Kanye West has some excusable things over the past 4 years. Has done some excusable things, over the past 4 years, and now he's taking the time to apologize. Kanye has officially apologized for his anti-Semitism, and he has used a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal to do so. This is a major step in Ye's public rehabilitation as he looks to make amends for all of the wrongs he has committed over the past few years. This is a very lengthy apology, which he blames his infamous car crash for his bipolar diagnosis. Again, he admits to being manic on numerous occasions and wrecking his own life during these various episodes. So, let me just read this a little bit. To those I've heard, 25 years ago, I was in a car accident that broke my jaw and caused injury to the right frontal lobe of my brain. At the time, the focus was on the visible damage, the fracture, the swelling, and the immediate physical trauma. The deeper injury, the one inside my skull, went unnoticed. Comprehensive scans were not done, neurological exams were limited, and the possibility of a frontal lobe injury was never raised. It wasn't properly diagnosed until 2023 that medical oversight caused serious damage to my mental health and led to my bipolar type 1 diagnosis. Bipolar disorder comes with its own defense system. Denial when you're manic, you don't think you're sick, you think everyone else is overreacting, you feel like you're seeing the world more clearly than ever, when in reality you're losing your grip entirely. Once people label you as crazy, by the way, Kanye, as much as, again, I appreciate the apology, I do, but the fact you were running around in the black triple K suit, I can't forget that, big dog. I can't forget that, but anyways, once people label you crazy, you feel as if you cannot contribute anything meaningful to the world. It's easy for people to joke and laugh it off, when in fact that is a very serious, debilitating disease you can die from. According to the World Health Organization and Cambridge University, people with bipolar disorder have a life expectancy that is shortened by 10 to 15 years on average, and a 2x to 3x higher all-cause mortality rate than the general population. This is on par with severe heart disease, type 1 diabetes, HIV, and cancer. all lethal and fatal if left untreated. The scariest thing about this disorder is how passive. I don't know how to say this word. It is when it tells you you don't need help. It makes you blind, or persuasive. It is when it tells you you don't need help. It makes you blind, but convinced you have insight. You feel powerful, certain, unstoppable. I lost touch with reality. Things got worse the longer I ignored the problem. I said and did things I deeply regret. Some of the people I love the most, I treated the worst. You endured fear, confusion, humiliation, and the exhaustion of trying to have someone who was at times unrecognizable. Looking back, I became detached from my true self. In the fractured state, I gravitated towards the most destructive symbol I could find, the swastika, and even sold t-shirts bearing it. One of the difficult aspects of having bipolar type 1, I didn't know there was types of bipolar, by the way, it's crazy, are the disconnected moments, many of which I still cannot recall, that led to poor judgment and reckless behavior that oftentimes feels like an out-of-body experience. I regret and am deeply mortified by any actions in that state, and I am committed to accountability, treatment, and meaningful change. It does not excuse what I did, though. I am not a Nazi or an anti-Semite. I love Jewish people. To the Black community, which held me down through all the highs and lows and the darkest of times, the Black community is unquestionably the foundation of who I am. I am so sorry to have let you down. I love it's gonna be hard. Like, I believe him, but you're gonna have to do a lot of work, bro. In early 2025, I fell into a 4-month-long manic episode of psychotic, paranoid, and impulsive behavior that destroyed my life. As the situation became increasingly unsustainable, there were times I didn't want to be here anymore. Having bipolar disorder is a notable state of constant mental illness. When you go into a manic episode, you are ill at the point. When you are not in an episode, you are completely normal, and that's when the wreckage from the illness hits the hardest. Hitting rock bottom a few months ago, my wife encouraged me to finally get help. I have found comfort in Reddit forums of all places. Really? Reddit forums? I thought you were going to say therapy. Like, Reddit forums. Different people speak of being in manic or depressive episodes of a similar nature. I read their stories and realized that I was not alone. It's not just me who ruins their entire life once a year, despite taking meds every day and being told by the so-called best doctors in the world that I am not bipolar, but merely experiencing symptoms of autism. My word as a leader in my community have global impact and influence. In my mania, I lost complete sight of that. As if my new baseline and new center through an effective regimen of medication, therapy, exercise, and clean living, I have newfound much needed clarity. I am pouring my energy into positive, meaningful art, music, clothing design, and other new ideas to help the world. I am not asking for sympathy or a free pass. Though I aspire to earn your forgiveness, I write today simply to ask for your patience and understanding as I find my way home. With love, yay. Now, sorry about that. I know that was very long. And again, probably y'all gonna be like, post that here. Y'all probably seen it, and I don't want to do that again. When people describe their segments, I feel like me just posting the words here is kind of But anyways, a few months ago, this is just the people talking that made the article, or just basically wrote this shit. But yeah, man, it's like, if people don't believe him, I can understand. I really can understand, because it's one of these situations where he's done so much. Now, I get it. You know, when people are here to change, you should turn the other cheek and believe them and help them change. But with Kanye, it is very difficult. With all the shit he has done, it is very difficult to, I guess, give him the benefit of the doubt that he is here to change. It is. We will see. I like to believe the good in people, so again, I'm here for it. We will see how he progresses. So we'll see. I'm not really gonna just say yes or no right now. I just want to wait and see, and then we could come back to this conversation. But again, I feel like this is the right step. Now, a lot of people are like, you paid for it now. It's like, well, It wants people to know you're sorry, so it is what it is. But we'll see exactly what goes on. Besides that, you already know what it is. So a friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ Ditweiler doing this thing. My name and bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You trying to hit a little bit more, you heard me? And I'm gone. Shalom, Zoom, peace, y'all, L's gang. Aye.